Well, good afternoon. It is great to be back on the campus of William and Mary. Thank you, President Reevely, for the introduction and the wonderful honor, and to all in attendance and to all our dignitaries here today. It is truly an honor to be with you today to celebrate William and Mary's Charter Day and to mark some significant milestones in the university's history. I also thank Chancellor Robert Gates and Rector Todd Stoudemire. Todd was part of my transition team after we were elected on November the 7th, and Todd, for your efforts, I am truly grateful, so thank you very much for that. I'm honored to be a recipient of this degree. I also want to congratulate my fellow honorees here today. Trudier Harris, William and Mary's first tenured African-American faculty member, is one of the nation's leading scholars in African-American and Southern literature, with an exemplary 36-year teaching career. It's fitting that we honor Dr. Harris this year, which is also the 50th anniversary of the arrival of William and Mary's first African-American residential students. It takes a lot of courage to be the first, especially in a time when African Americans still faced widespread, overt discrimination. Dr. Harris and those three young African American women who moved into Jefferson Hall in 1967 are to be applauded. We shouldn't forget that those milestones were not that long ago. Discrimination, segregation, and racism are not long past history. They're things that happen to people who are alive and in this room today. Our work to overcome racism and discrimination is not complete. We were reminded of this with the horrific tragedy in Charlottesville last year, when a group of white supremacists marched into our beautiful city with torches and weapons, spewing their hatred and bigotry. We still have a lot of work to do to ensure that we eradicate discrimination and build a Virginia in which everyone is welcome, everyone is treated equally, no matter where they come from, which religion they practice, who they love, or the color of their skin. I promise that I will work toward that as governor. I also congratulate Francis G. McLaughlin and Hunter J. Smith, both alumni who have been so generous to this university and to other Virginia institutions. They are shining examples of giving back to a community, giving our money, if we have it, but also our time, our energies, our gifts are all things we can give back to the places that nurtured us, the places that need us. Today, we celebrate Charter Day, the 325th anniversary of the granting of William and Mary's Royal Charter by King William III and Queen Mary II in 1693. In 1693, Virginia wasn't even a state, but a colony. America was an idea. We could not tell the story of Virginia nor the story of America without William and Mary. It's the oldest college in Virginia and in the South, the second oldest in the nation, and was America's first law school. It has educated presidents and signers of the Declaration of Independence. UVA is very proud of being founded by Thomas Jefferson, but Thomas Jefferson was educated right here at William and Mary. I myself am a proud product of Virginia Public Schools both at the K-12 level and in my higher education. I attended the Virginia Military Institute and Eastern Virginia Medical School. I've taught some classes at EVMS, and I see a number of students who receive their undergraduate degrees from William & Mary. They're always well prepared for the rigors of medical school. Being a native of the Eastern Shore and having experienced the demise of the Chesapeake Bay, I have always appreciated William & Mary's Virginia Institute for Marine Sciences and the research and education VIMS does to restore and protect the bay and the wildlife in it. Pam and I have 2 children, and they also attended Virginia's public institutions. Our daughter, Aubrey, graduated from the University of Virginia in 2013 and is a web developer in Richmond. Our son, Wes, graduated from William & Mary. In 2010 and EVMS in 2014, he's now in his 4th of 7 years of neurosurgical training in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and as Pam and I like to say about our children, they are both employed, which is a good thing. So while this honorary degree is my first from William & Mary, Pam and I did pay tuition for 4 years. I also paid quite a bit of money to the neighborhood Wawa over those years. As parents and now as governor, I appreciate the educational experience Wes had at William & Mary and the university's efforts to keep tuition affordable for students. Virginia's public schools shaped me and set me on my path in life. I want every Virginia child to have that same opportunity for a good start and a good education. That begins early, and we need to expand our early childhood education programs to ensure that we're getting children off to a good start in life. We must make sure that the same opportunity exists in every corner of Virginia. Whether you live, where you live shouldn't limit what you learn or how much you can achieve. As governor, I will support fully funding our standards of quality, support compensation that helps our schools attract and retain the best teachers, and push for more equitable school discipline policies. Our students also deserve access to a high-quality, affordable education once they leave high school. Once, a high school degree was enough for many good jobs, but these days that's less frequently the case. Now, we're preparing our children for 21st century jobs, like high-tech careers in STEAM-related fields, such as cybersecurity, unmanned aerial systems, biotechnology, artificial intelligence, data collection, and data analysis. Employers want workers with more education and more training. It's critical for our economic growth that we invest in ways to ensure that our workforce can get that training and education, bringing skills to jobs. Education is a huge economic driver. Colleges and universities like William & Mary attract talent and investment to their communities and to the state. Every dollar spent on Virginia's public higher education system returns $1.92 to the state treasury. I'd say spending $1 to get almost $2 back is a great investment. But we must ensure that it's also a good investment for our students. In the past 10 years, average higher education costs have risen 70% at our four-year universities. That puts a college degree further out of reach for many Virginians. I know these tuition hikes are in part due to reductions in the state's support for public colleges and universities. I'm committed to changing that. And I applaud William & Mary for taking steps to try to stem this problem. The William and Mary Promise, a 4-year tuition cost guarantee you adopted in 2013, provides more predictability and stability for Virginia students and their families. I would like to see other state colleges and universities adopt a similar model. I also appreciate William and Mary's partnership with Richard Bland College. That partnership helps provide greater resources for transfer students and is just one way we can increase accessibility to higher education. That's a high priority for me, whether that higher education comes from a 4-year university like William and Mary or a workforce training program in one of our community colleges. Our goal is to make education and training attainable for every Virginian. That helps individuals as well as the state. I must mention one other milestone being marked at William and Mary this year: the retirement of your president, Taylor Reevely. Each time Pam and I visit with him, we're more impressed. For the past decade, President Reevely has been a tireless advocate for William and Mary, both in Richmond and beyond Virginia's borders. His influence can be seen physically in the 3 new science facilities, the upcoming Arts Quarter, and the renovation of countless buildings. That influence is also felt in progress such as the Lemon Project, William and Mary's effort to face the school's history of slavery and segregation, which has become a model at higher institutions across the country. President Reevely also has overseen the expansion of resources for mental health and the prevention of sexual assault. Alumni engagement and giving is also at the highest point in William and Mary's history. All of these things are a testament to President Reevely's hard work and leadership. President Reevely, thank you for your service and for all the lives you have touched. I am sure you all join me in wishing him well in his retirement. In closing, I again want to thank you for this honor you have bestowed upon me today. I am committed to spending the next 4 years ensuring that Virginians in every corner of the state have access to good health, a good education, and a good job. I want Virginia's story in the 21st century to be a story of a place that is open and welcoming and provides equal opportunity for all. Just as it has done for 325 years, William and Mary will continue to be a vital part of that story. Thank you so much.